Welcome to our deep dive into lunge variations in yoga, focusing on the dynamic and powerful alignment of the back knee off the floor. This video will guide you through a variety of standing, bending, and twisting poses, all rooted in the tradition of Ashva Sanchalanasana and its many modifications. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced yogi, understanding these lunges will help you build strength, flexibility, and awareness in your practice. Let's begin by exploring the foundational concepts and the importance of proper alignment for safety and effectiveness. Ashva Sanchalanasana, also known as Equestrian Riding Horse Pose, is a classic yoga posture that forms the foundation for many lunge variations. In this pose, you begin from a forward bend, step one leg back, and keep the back knee lifted and strong. The front knee stays directly above the ankle, protecting your joints. This pose stretches the hips, strengthens the legs, and improves balance. The drishti, or gaze, can be directed to the third eye or the toes, enhancing focus and stability. Let's look at how to enter and hold this pose safely. Moving into Viparita Namaskar Anjaneyasana, or back of the body prayer lunge, we add a unique twist to the classic lunge. Here, the hands come together behind the back in a prayer position, opening the chest and shoulders. The back knee remains off the floor, engaging the entire lower body. This pose is also known as Paschima Namaskara Anjaneyasana and is dedicated to Lord Hanuman, symbolizing strength and devotion. The drishti is set at the nose, helping maintain balance and concentration. This variation deepens the stretch and enhances upper body mobility. Anjaneyasana, or Son of Anjani Lunge pose, is a powerful standing posture that can be modified in several ways. In this version, the palms are pressed together with thumbs to the upper back, and the back knee remains lifted. This pose strengthens the legs, opens the hips, and encourages a gentle back bend. The gaze is directed toward the nose, which helps with alignment and focus. Practicing this pose regularly can improve your posture and core stability, making it a staple in many yoga sequences. The tiptoe one-hand Son of Anjani Lunge, or Prapada Eka Hasta Anjaneyasana, adds a deep back bend and balance challenge. In this pose, one arm reaches overhead while the other hand's fingertips touch the floor. The back knee stays off the floor and the drishti is set at the third eye, enhancing concentration. This advanced variation increases spinal flexibility and builds strength in the supporting leg. It's a great way to test your balance and coordination while opening the front body. This modification of Warrior One, also called Crescent Lunge, keeps the hands up over the head and shoulder width apart, with the back knee off the floor. The pose incorporates a mild back bend and a strong foundation through the legs. The gaze is directed to the third eye, encouraging inner awareness. This variation is excellent for building stamina and opening the chest, making it a favorite in vinyasa flow sequences. Eka Hasta Utthita Parshva, or one-hand rising standing pose, is a challenging back bend that involves grabbing the back ankle overhead with one hand while the other hand supports on the floor. The back knee remains off the floor and the gaze is set at the third eye. This pose requires flexibility, balance, and strength, making it an advanced variation for those looking to deepen their practice. Utthita Parshva, or rising standing pose of the heaven spirits, takes the previous pose further by grabbing the back ankle overhead with both hands. The back knee remains lifted, and the drishti is at the third eye. This pose deeply opens the shoulders, chest, and hip flexors, and requires a strong core for stability. It's a beautiful expression of flexibility and control. Uttana Pristhasana, or Extended Lizard Tail Lunge, is a deep hip opener. In this variation, the elbows come to the floor on the inside of the front leg, and the back knee stays off the floor. The drishti is at the nose, which helps maintain focus. This pose stretches the hip flexors, groin, and hamstrings, making it ideal for increasing lower body flexibility. Punna Kesarasana, or pose dedicated to sage Punna Kesa, is a unique lunge that involves a binding element. The back knee remains off the floor, and the drishti is directed to the toes. This pose challenges your balance and flexibility, especially in the shoulders and hips. It's also known as bound god favor seeking sacrifice ritual pose, emphasizing the spiritual aspect of the practice. Let's explore more variations of Uttana Pristhasana. In one, the elbows are bent at 90 degrees with palms to the floor, and in another, the forearms come to the floor on either side of the front foot. Both keep the back knee lifted, intensifying the stretch in the hips and legs. The gaze can be at the nose or third eye, depending on your focus. These modifications allow you to adjust the intensity and target different muscle groups. Prapada Uttana Pristhasana, or tiptoe extended lizard tail lunge, adds a balance challenge by lifting the heel of the front leg and reaching the arms in opposite directions. The top of the back foot presses to the floor and the back knee stays off. This pose enhances balance, stretches the entire lower body, and builds core strength. The gaze is directed to the nose, maintaining focus and alignment. Parshva Anjaneyasana, or sideways son of Anjani Lunge, introduces a side bend and back bend element. The top of the back foot rests on the floor, but the knee stays lifted. The gaze is directed to the hands, and the pose stretches the side body, strengthens the legs, and opens the chest. This variation is excellent for improving lateral flexibility and spinal mobility. Parivrita Anjaneyasana Namaskar, or revolved son of Anjani Lunge with hands in prayer, adds a twist to the lunge. The elbow hooks over the knee, and the back knee remains off the floor. The gaze is directed to the toes, enhancing the twist and balance. This pose strengthens the obliques, massages the internal organs, and improves spinal mobility. It's a great way to detoxify and energize the body. The bound revolved son of Anjani Lunge pose incorporates a binding element while twisting. The back knee stays off the floor, and the gaze is directed to the toes. This advanced variation increases the challenge for the shoulders, chest, and hips, while also improving spinal flexibility. It's a powerful pose for building both strength and mobility. In these revolved variations, one hand comes to the floor while the other arm reaches up, twisting either to the inside or outside of the front knee. The back knee remains lifted, and the gaze is directed to the thumbs or hands. These poses build core strength, improve balance, and enhance spinal rotation. They are excellent for detoxification and energizing the body. Utthita Parshva Pada Upaveshasana, or extended leg to the side squat pose, offers many modifications. You can keep a high stance with fingers interlocked, cross the arms in front of the chest, or lean toward the bent leg with one arm extended. Each variation targets different muscles and improves flexibility in the hips, legs, and spine. The gaze may be set at the hands or toes, depending on the modification. Prapada Utthita Parshva Pada Upaveshasana, or tiptoe extended leg to the side squat, challenges your balance and flexibility. In this pose, the toes of the straight leg are flexed in, and the arms reach out to the sides. This variation strengthens the legs, opens the hips, and improves coordination. The gaze is directed to the hands, helping maintain balance and alignment. These squat variations combine forward bends and side bends, with modifications like both hands to the floor, arms crossed, or one arm extended overhead. Each pose targets different muscle groups, enhancing flexibility and strength in the lower body and torso. The gaze can be directed to the hands, toes, or up to the sky, depending on the pose. These modifications allow for a personalized approach to your practice. Advanced side squat variations include twists and binding, such as Parivrita, Utthita, Parshva, Pada, Upaveshasana, and its bound versions. These poses involve grabbing the feet or binding around the leg, with the gaze directed up or to the toes. They challenge your flexibility, balance, and coordination, offering a deep stretch for the entire body. Practice these with care, focusing on breath and alignment. Utkatasana, or fierce pose, is also known as chair pose. In its high squat variation, the palms are pressed together and the stance is strong. This pose strengthens the thighs, glutes, and core, and can be modified by changing the arm position or lowering into a deeper squat. The gaze is directed to the thumbs, encouraging focus and alignment. Chair pose is a staple in many yoga sequences for building lower body strength and endurance. Anjaneyasana prep, or wagtail bird pose prep, is a forward bend with hands to the floor and palms facing up. The feet are together and the gaze is directed to the nose or third eye. This pose prepares the body for deeper forward bends and strengthens the legs and back. It's a gentle way to warm up and increase flexibility in the hamstrings and calves. Uttana Manibandha Utkatasana, or intense wrist stretch chair pose, is a unique variation where the palms are placed on the floor with fingertips facing the toes. This pose stretches the wrists and forearms while engaging the legs and core. The gaze is directed to the nose, helping maintain alignment. It's a great way to build wrist flexibility and prepare for arm balances. Anjaneyasana, or wagtail bird pose, is a standing forward bend where the shoulders come to the back of the knees and the fingertips reach toward the heels. The gaze is set at the third eye, enhancing focus. This pose increases flexibility in the hamstrings and back and prepares the body for more advanced arm balances. It's a great way to finish your lunge sequence with a deep stretch.